Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. We'll be covering the development of the next upcoming update of the patch 11.15 on the PTR for quite a bit of time now, but it looks like this patch is actually finally launching in just a handful of days. This is going to be a major flagship catch-up update, which is ideal for any players looking to play brand new characters, but also incredibly solid for any players that might have not checked out War Within so far, or might have not come back for Season 2 content just yet, but might have gotten that itch to want to play again, and are wondering if Season 2 11.15 is the best time for you to return. But the answer would be yes, this actually would be the best time to do it, whether you're looking to level a new character incredibly quickly, or if you're just looking to collect a variety of rewards from plenty of factions, even from older expansions, to add more items towards your collections from mounts, transmogs, and so much more. Or if you're looking to dive into some seasonal content like Delves, Dungeons, and Raids, which have been healthier in Season 2. Compared to the last few expansions, normally Season 1 is the biggest season ever and the most popular one, and later seasons usually have a bit of a drop-off. But Season 2 War Within I actually think might be better than Season 1 launch, as we're seeing very healthy numbers and participation all across the board, especially within Mythic Plus content, with this being probably the most fun season in a long while. So for this video, I wanted to go over all of the different benefits that you would be able to receive as a returning player if you're planning to come back for the patch 11.15. But as always, if you guys want to see more regular updates for the War Within expansion, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. Any player returning for the patch 11.15 specifically is going to be receiving a variety of bonuses to make your leveling journey, but also gearing journey that much easier. With Winds of Fortune buff, you're going to be able to level new characters or catch up to everybody at max level super quickly. It's going to be a buff that will be available during the first month of this patch's launch and will grant you 20% more XP between levels 10 through 80. But the best part is, this bonus stacks with all the other XP buffs, from the Darkmoon Fair buff to that Battle for Azeroth potion that gives you a little bit of extra XP at certain level brackets, to any other holiday bonuses, warband bonuses, you name it. All of them stack up together, which means catching up to max level is going to be ridiculously easy. Players coming back are also going to be encouraged heavily to level through the Dragonflight zones, but also granting players 200% more reputation gains from all those factions. So if you're still catching up or never even played Dragonflight, that might be the best time and the best expansion for you to dive into, to go through some of those reputations and factions in order to collect all of their bonuses. And when you start leveling through the last 10 levels in the War Within, which are going to be very speedy, there's so many bonuses that are going to be available for additional EXP gains, you also will be able to work on the main reputations of this expansion. Also, while questing within the Dragon Isles or Khazalgar, you have a chance to get daily bonuses of mysterious satchels, which can contain a variety of things from equipment, which means you don't have to really worry about the gear as you level your character, cosmetics for you to add to your collection, combat potions, as well as additional experience potions, which you can continue to stock up in your warband bank and then use them for any subsequent ults you'll level later. Those potions will not fade. They will be available during the event. Once the event is gone, you'll still be able to use those potions later, so it may be a good idea to level a bunch of ults, stock up on as many potions as possible while the event is active, in case you want to level future characters later down the line. And when you do hit max level, diving into open world content and the reps of 11.1 content update, you're going to be able to get even more max level catch-ups with the Goblin cartels, as the Bilgewater, Blackwater, Steamweedle, and the Venture Co cartels are going to grant you more rep from slaying rares, doing the side gigs, weekly quests, as well as world quests, increasing that rep gain by 100%, allowing you to speed through those reps as quickly as possible, so you can pick up all of their exclusive rewards rather quickly. After you're done leveling a character, you then gotta gear that character if you want to dive into seasonal content, and there's going to be even more catch-ups for returning players, especially when it comes to world content. One of the new world events is going to be an invasion called Nightfall. Very similar to previous expansions, is yet another invasion that gives you a weekly satchel that can grant you additional gear, which you can actually purchase directly from the vendors. You have not only do you have some of the best looking, the Voidy Arathi pieces, as well as armor that you can collect just for doing open world activities, but you have weapons that can give you additional stats or additional shadowy procs and shadowy effects, which are all going to be very strong for any new players. Or you can go with the Flame Radiance items, which have some interesting trinkets that have additional effects. but also have that unique ivory look towards all these armors. So mocks for you to collect, but also items with additional bonuses as well. And that'll be the first thing that you'll be able to do immediately as a new player, which gives you a fantastic guiding starting point. Just join in on invasions and get a bunch of early gear, do a couple of the open world events and assaults, and you'll be able to obtain a bit of veteran track gear to at least get you started diving into delves, dungeons, and even raids. Not only are they improving the open world gear, but then they're also adding other ways for you to be able to get gear later down the line. At some point in the future with 11.15, they are going to be reopening visions again from Battle for Azeroth, which will give you access to plenty of veteran track, champion track, and even hero track gear, some of which can actually be purchased directly from set vendors. So this will give you an alternative way to gear up a character, something you can dive into solo that isn't necessarily a dungeon, it's not really a delve or a raid, it's a different type of environment that allows you to work towards other rewards while being able to outfit your character with some actual stats and upgrades. But after a little bit of time at max level, at some point you're probably going to get the itch to dive into some raids, dungeons, or maybe even delves, and they're improving on all three of those factors when it comes to that endgame content progression. One of the ways they're improving raid gearing is through the puzzling card shell chips, which they'll have more information on once 11.15 official launches. This chip is basically, if you play back in Shadowlands, the dinar token, or if you play back towards the end of Dragonflight, the bronze bullion. Essentially a currency that every player is going to get, probably on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and you'll be able to trade it in for any item from the current raid tier of Liberation Undermine, and you can pick any item from the raid, just purchase it directly or exchange that token for that specific item. Whether you're looking for House of Cards, Best in Slots, or any of the items or weapons or rare items off of Gallowix, for instance, can't get the mount on them or anything, but you'll be able to get a variety of items and upgrade them to the highest levels available. And if you don't do a lot of mythic raiding, you still will be able to get guaranteed best slot gear for your character. They don't have all the information on dinars just yet, but they did say that they have more stuff coming out in the future. But once this baby is in the game, it's going to make raid gearing essentially a breeze. Besides that, however, Season 2 has been in a very healthy spot so far, whether you're talking about delves or dungeons. Delve content in particular saw major improvements this season, with them giving players so much more opportunity to gear up their characters. For solo players, the delve system in Season 2 has improved greatly, and players that are looking for that solo experience actually have proper gearing system this time around, with guaranteed maps that allow you to get more hero check items. Gilded crests can be dropped from tier 11 delves, which gives more value towards tier 11, 10, and 9 delves, as it gives you more scaling value increases on the currencies that you get in order to upgrade all of your items. But also Bran as a tank has been a nice pairing with any healer in the game, which makes delves absolutely a breeze. So more gear, more ways to upgrade your gear, lots more resources from delves, which overall means huge improvements from delve content in Season 2, which is fantastic for any starter player looking for that solo experience, even if you're looking for a challenge with that boss delve that is available this season, or if you're just looking to get a character up and running, started with some fresh new items, but are not quite ready for that group content. However, if you do get the itch to get into some dungeons, which are really in a healthy spot right now for Season 2, champion track gear from Mythic Zeros will help you get started. Hero track gear from +6s allows you to get some of the better items early on in order to be able to tackle some of the more difficult content. And +7s is where you'll get a lot of your gilded crests out of the way, which could then be used to either upgrade your hero track items or craft some of the best slot pieces from the work order system. Either way you slice it, both are going to help you increase the value of your character, the strength and the power of your character to survive a +10 dungeon, which then you can start doing on a weekly basis to get some better gear from your great vault. And the entirety of Season 2 has actually gotten healthier than ever before, especially the top end, like players trying to push some of the higher end content. We have the Keystone Master achievement and mount, but now we also have a Legend achievement and a mount, which is just enough of a push for so many players to dive into some of the more difficult endgame content when it comes to dungeons, but awesome to try to push beyond that, as then you eventually unlock resilient keystones, which basically cannot drop past a certain level. Once you get all 12s out of the way, all your keys cannot drop below 12. That's encouraged you to do all 13s, then eventually all 14s, then 15s, and allows players to make that incremental progress, which has allowed Season 2 of War Within to be one of the better seasons for Mythic Plus in general, like comparing them to Dragonflight seasons, which have had a decent drop-off, even the renowned Season 3 of Dragonflight, which was insane for Mythic Plus participation. Season 2 is very, very competitive with those numbers, and has had a very little drop-off in comparison, which means players that are coming back to a game, you're not coming back to dead content and dead environment when it comes to Mythic Plus. You're actually coming into one of the more healthy ecosystems we've had in quite a decent bit of time. Which means that if you're somebody who's played WoW in the past and have had an itch to return to the game, 11.15 might be your best opportunity to come back if you're actually looking to participate in seasonal content, level a character, gear him out, collect a variety of different rewards from plenty of content out there. This might be your best time to shine. So if you're looking to return, this patch that's coming up in a handful of days might be the best time for you. But as always though, I do want to thank all of you guys so much for watching and hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it or found it informative, go ahead and give it a like. I would very, very much appreciate it. Join our Discord community just to keep up with all the newest updates regarding the upcoming patch 11.15, which will likely drop additional class tuning. I wouldn't be surprised if they did more of that. They'll be doing that a lot more regularly. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.